Okie dokie, let's see if this is working. Chat there, let's see what's going on. Okay, oh gosh. Okay, okay, so I think I'm live, but I'm not sure. So I've gone in yet again through a different way. So let's just have a look. You know when you're trying to get the chat up and it wants you to verify everything. Oh, fun times. Give me 2 seconds. We'll just see if we can just get through this. If this doesn't work, I'm going to give it a quick test. If it doesn't work, I'm going to, it shows I'm here. I'm live on YouTube. Am I live on YouTube? Yeah, I'm live on YouTube. I think I'm live on Facebook, but the problem is I can't actually see any of the chats, so I'm not quite sure. Let's have a quick look. Let's see if it's actually kind of going through or not. That's gone there, but I don't think I am live. I'm not sure. Things are going off on my phone. That tells me maybe I am. Yes, maybe I am. I am live. But the problem is this way, I don't see anybody's chats. So that's annoying. So give me a second while I just find out what it's doing here. Just going to see if I can go into my main app and see how that works. And if that doesn't work, because I have got like an overlay thing that I can kind of do. And we'll see if that works. So I'm actually in. Have you got chat there now? Nope. Aha. Oh, okay. So I can at least see me in Restream now. So I can at least see Morning Nancy. So I've got this screen open. Gosh, it's complicated. But hello, everybody. How are we all doing? I'm just trying to get fancy, basically. With I've got this chat app for Restream. So I should be able to overlay it onto here, but I can't quite work out how to do that. So, anyway, I may or may not. I don't know if this is working like this because it's a stream, so I can't see it properly. I don't know if I like this. Would you say the picture's clearer if I'm in this way? Is the picture clearer, or is it better the way it was before? Is this a better clarity picture? I have hopefully got a way of sharing another screen. So, I normally do the split screen. So I have got a way of doing that. And let's just see how that actually works. If it works okay, it should do. There you go. Sorry that I put a picture there so it looks prettier. So let's just see how this comes up. If it doesn't work, I shall simply come back out and restart it the way that I have been doing previously. But let's just see how this is working now. I just want to say I'm giving it a second to see how it's coming across in the Restream and how it's viewing for you. For me, it looks quite cool. You can see me in the corner. I see that. So if I move me around there, you don't see the move around. Can you just let me know if you're watching, if you feel this is a better quality? Because if you feel this is better quality, then I can go ahead and I can stay on here. If not, I'll go into a different one. I can't really see how it's broadcasting out. I think it might be broadcasting out a little bit better. The only thing I want to do very quickly is just try one more time to get this. Oh, no. Oh, no, you can't see this, can you? That's why I panicked then. I was like, oh, no. So chat app. It was so confusing, this thing. I'm trying to be technical, but it really isn't always working for me. Restream chat app. Where did you go? Overlay Restream. Where did you go? I've got the little chat app, but I've just lost where it went. Maybe it'll be in the bottom over here. Maybe that's how we find it. Chat app. It's all very confusing. It doesn't take a lot to confuse me, as we all know. So I've got the app, I just don't know where it's gone. I'll find it in a moment. How are we all doing? How's it all going? I can see people. Does it look good? Picture is the same either way for you. It looks good to you. So does it look, you can see, obviously I can see Zoom in the corner. So like, I'll find a way I can kind of get rid of that. Oh, it's showing me how it's, oh, okay. Right. I'm going to leave it at that. Good morning, everybody. How are we all doing? So I just wanted to, what I'll do is I'll just stop sharing at the moment. We can come back to that one. Good morning. How are you all doing? I do have a coffee, frothy and caramelly. So I thought we'd see how we're all doing, how your day is. I'm just going to look over here for the chat. I can't do that fancy chat thing at the moment. Because I'm not in the same thing, although I kind of technically am. I don't know. But anyway, how is everybody's Thursday going? I have had a bit of a week. I'm not going to lie to you. It's been a bit of a full-on week. It's been busy. It's been a busy week. So yeah, if I'm a bit sort of distracted, that's the reason why. My brain's a bit scatty. That's the reason why. But it's okay. We have coffee, and I thought I might take a moment today to do something nice and calming, and I think I'm going to try and wrap a crystal quartz point in a bit of an organic style wrap, nice and simple, nice and easy. But I want to show you what we've been up to. So how's my week been so far? Oh, we had the most beautiful weekend down the cottage, went to Dolverton. We had the most lovely weekend, and we went, it was me, my friend Emma, who was here last week, me, Emma, and our other friend Heather, and we're part of the terror crew. You know, I talk about my terror crew and how we sort of, we watch our horror films. Well, some of the terror crew, like Emma and Heather, are creative, some of them are not. So me, Heather and Emma went to the cottage, and we did this watercolor course. I did mention it last week, didn't I? Yes. So in a moment, I'll peg it out and I'll go and get the pieces that we made. But oh my goodness, it was so beautiful where we stayed. We stayed in this really, really lovely. Download it. Third time I've downloaded this thing. We went down on a Friday night. I went to the meat van on Friday, and I got steaks. We got lamb chops, minted lamb chops, belly of pork, sausages, bacon. Like, so we just basically, instead of going out for a meal, we just literally went to the van, and we came back on Friday night. We got down there, and I cooked a steak. We had steak with chip shop chips, and really a couple of glasses of bubbles. And we got up in the morning and we drove down. It was only sort of 10 minutes down the road, although we did get stuck and we were a half hour late. That's very sweet. Love a good horror. Have I seen The Pope's Exorcist? No. Is that good? Honestly, I know it's off topic, but any recommendations of any horror films, I am there, okay? Because we are always looking for good horror films. We've been doing the Terror Crew for since lockdown, so 3 years or so, and we have gone through a lot of horror films, and we're starting to run out of horror films to watch now, so it's so much fun. But we watch it virtually every Tuesday night. It's Terror Tuesday, and we watch it every Tuesday night virtually, so we'll all be sat in our room, and we'll all watch the same horror film, 3, 2, 1 it. We've watched some dodgy stuff, mind, some of it you just come out and we're like, that was awful, and then other stuff we haven't, we've gotten some really good ones and some really shady ones as well. I'm just trying one more time to get this overlay thing up, because I really would like to be able to see who's chatting around and keep looking at the other screen. I just remember I can't see what everybody's name, so if it just says user, then I don't necessarily know who's saying it. So if you possibly could sign up with like your name. I know it's a bit of a pain, or just your initials is just really helpful. It helps me see who's commenting, unless you unless of course you can do the signing in and letting Restream see your name and profile picture. It is a legit app, and it's nothing shady. But I'm just trying. Yes, I'm in. Woohoo! Right. Yeah, I can see you now. I can put it over here so I can see your chats. But I can only... Benny loves you is funny bad. Okay, so I'm going to see. I don't know if this is... I've got the chats here, so that's helpful. I've got that there. Got that there. Gosh, there's so much. Don't know how to actually embed it into it. The Winnie the Pooh one is awful. Oh, do you know? Yeah, I've heard this. I have heard it's bad. I'm trying to see if I can get this to overlay, but I don't actually know how to overlay it. It's getting way... Oh, I can embed it in the stream. See if I can do that. It's getting fancy. Yes. Oh. Okay, I may have just done something. May or may not have worked. Okay. But then I don't want it to display all the messages. So if this goes wrong, I'll end it and come back in, don't worry. Yeah, so Winnie the Pooh I have heard is bad. I've heard it's very bad. What did we watch the other day that we just came out and went, never again? It was awful. Probably one of the worst that we'd seen in a long time, and we've seen some bad ones. So it was really bad. Oh gosh. I remember. So this is it. See, we didn't watch one this week because I was working on Tuesday. So I was knackered. I'd been up since 4 o'clock and I was very, very tired. But yeah, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go and grab my artworks. I want to show you what we did. Give me two seconds. Yeah. Just busted my dog scavenging in the kitchen. Yeah, so I'm going to show you what I've done. So we'll see what happens. I've just disappeared. I'll come back in a moment. Yeah, so this is what we did on the workshop. On the we watched a bizarre one the other day. Can't remember what it was called, but it's been out for a while. I had a creepy nun. It was based on a true story. It was set in older fashioned times. Julia Wilcox was in it for a bit. Something Manor or Hall, I think. No, it does ring a bell. Oh, I know the really shady one we watched. Final Wish. It's called The Final Wish. And it's got, I don't know if you've ever seen like Insidious or any of those ones, but she's in a lot of them. You'd know her face. She's in like the Insidious ones, and she's in quite a few. She's an older lady. And so we thought it was going to be good because she's in it. Oh, it was bad. It was kind of like a do you ever watch Wishmaster? That's a really old film, but did you ever watch Wishmaster? And that is yeah, Wishmaster was posted what I worked on last night in the Incas Club. Oh, okay, Nancy, we'll have a little look. Let's have a little look at the Incas. Right, okay. Tracy, hi. So for some reason it's not collecting all of my comments from all of my apps, which is a bit annoying. I'm seeing some, but not all of them. But hi, Tracy, how are you? Yes, so like I said, well, it may have come up a bit earlier. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. Yeah, so we have got, I can do a screen share. I'm going to show you the Crafty Inca stuff. Nancy, would you mind if I, let's have a quick look at your, what you made. Let's have a quick look. So it's because I go across a couple of different channels. So I go across through my Unique You by Laura Binding, which is my main, obviously my main me page. Crafty Elevenes with Laura Binding, because it's like Crafty Elevenes on the Thursday. We also go into the Crafty Elevenes group, and we also go into my YouTube channel. And I think we go into Let's Learn with Laura Binding as well, because you know how we roll. So I don't always see, I do think that this restream gathers everybody's chat, so I should be able to see what everybody's saying, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm just going to have a little look, see if I can see, Nancy, I can't see your picture. I'm just having a little look. Did you put it into the folder, Nancy? Is it your doodles? Just having a little mooch. So yeah, what we've done is, I'll have to have a little look in a minute. I can't see it straight away. But I posted while we're so yeah, those of you who may or may not be interested, but the Crafty Inkers is okay. Just shut you down and shut you and you. I want to just open a page. I'm just going to show you on my Facebook. Let's go. Oh, okay. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Yeah. Right, that's just that. Right, so I just wanted to go into here. I just wanted to show you what a Crafty Inkers is. Thank you, Nancy. Nancy's just sharing it into, just seeing. Oh, wow. So Nancy's just shared into Crafty Elevenes' group what she did last night. And she did this as part of the Crafty Inkers. Is it all right for me to share it, Nancy? You don't mind me sharing it? I'm going to go into screen share and just show. Let's just get rid of that a moment. There we go. Oh, I want to have a look. Let me just look at that post. So yeah, basically what we did last month was we did a what did we do? We did doodles, didn't we? So we did doodles with watercolor. I'm just going to share, that's okay. And so this is what we did. So we did an actual sort of layout with so we created the it's like a neuro art, and then we created that, and then we just filled it with color and doodles. So this is what Nancy did. How amazing is that? I love that so much. I love that one. I think the colorways are my kind of colors on that, Nancy. I absolutely love that. And what I wanted to do is just show you how you, if you were interested in the Crafty Inkers Club, it's £5 a month. You get a 3-hour workshop with that. And you get is this a better place to chat? No, Nancy, I see you in both places. I see you when you comment in YouTube and when you comment in here. Absolutely fine, because the app I'm using collects everybody's comments from everywhere. So no, I can see you. YouTube is fine. So if you click down to here, you can see here you've got the Crafty Inkers subscription club. If you click onto there, sign up if you fancy joining us. It's £5 a month. And with that, you get a 1 3-hour workshop a month, and it's done live in a private Facebook group. And then we do 2 crafty catch-up sessions. And with those sessions, what we do is we basically revisit the workshop, and then maybe I'll probably go a bit AWOL and do something a bit different. And they're an hour and a half for the additional catch-ups. And that's on normally in a morning, on a daytime, and one on an evening. So I try to cover everybody from wherever you are, whether you work and so on. So yeah, that's the Crafty Inkers Club. And again, if you're interested in any of the workshops that I running a chainmail workshop at the moment, you'll see this through here. You've got chainmail workshop series. You've got all workshops you can see upcoming. We've got the King, where's it gone? This one here, the King 5 pair of Barras. You can get it with and without a kit. And then we've got a honeybee, which is coming up, which I love. We've got the alligator back. We've got the fireworm. I've just got to put the others up on there, but that's what we've got coming up. And also next Wednesday, if you're interested, we have got a resin workshop, which is running 10 o'clock till 2 o'clock. It's a 4-hour workshop, and you can learn to create these really cool resin effect pieces. We're going to also be going over the pieces I showed you last week, mixing your UV resin with normal resin as well. So we've got all of that coming up. So I'm going to shrink that down. Where did my chat thing go? There she went. Hi, Nat from B Club. How are you? Nice to see you. Are you the one who was asking about the alcohol inks, Nat, yesterday? If so, outlined what we do. So I do sometimes on here, I'll sit and have a little play with my alcohol inks. Sometimes so the whole intention of this live is I basically have a little play, we have a catch up, see what we've been up to over the week, see what's coming up over next week, what are you up to for the weekend, and then sometimes I'll do alcohol ink, sometimes I'll do art, sometimes I'll do drawing, jewellery. It depends what kind of, I try and keep it quite rotational, but what I've just said to you then, Nat, is the Alcohol Ink Club, and I'm about to show you what we've actually been doing the month of May in the Alcohol Ink Club. But before we do, I just want to go back to show you what we did on the weekend in this watercolour workshop day that we did. So it's a lovely day. They give you like a mount, so I'll pop it in the mount before I show you. So the first picture we did was this one, so it's just landscapes, wet on wet. Come on in. So we did this one, which was the first picture we did. Really enjoyed doing this, just getting that set, sort of like sunset. Then we did a ink and water and pen line workshop. Well, it's all a part of the workshop, and I really liked how that one came out. I don't know if this was copied from his piece, if you see what I mean. He was like, this is what you're going to do. So I don't know if I would revisit this exact design, but 100% like the premise of it. Then we went outside in the afternoon because it was beautiful. They had little tiny lambs and they had cows it's so beautiful in this lake. And so I did this one again from a sort of guide sheet that he did. I think this is one of my favorites. I really enjoyed this because I was able to start taking what I had kind of learned and putting it into my own kind of thing. Morning, Debbie, how are you? Unfortunately, I'm working this weekend. I'm a carer support worker. Oh, but hey, it's I mean, I technically, what am I doing this weekend? I have actually got this weekend off. I never really have weekends off because I'm always doing something, but yeah, I'm kid-free-ish this weekend. Oh, I'll tell you about that in a moment when we're creating. And finally, this is the last one that I did, and this was done completely by eye of the scene where we were sat, and I'll show you the reference picture in a moment, but we were in a place called Wimberpool Lake. And so I actually just did that just by looking at the scene. That's annoying. Little tuft of hair. Oh, I'm in mirrored. And I'll show you the picture that I actually based that off of, just to give you a comparison. But yeah, it was a really, really lovely weekend. And I'm going to show you the alcohol pictures that we've been, alcohol ink pictures that we've been doing. I just want to show you. So it's kind of like this kind of scene. I don't know if you can see that there. So you can get an idea of where I got the scene from. You can see. If I hold it like that, maybe it'll show it better. Woofed. So you get an idea of where I got my reference from. I just really, really enjoyed working with it. It was just really nice to sit, just do something different, and learn a few techniques, because I am still learning with watercolors. And it's quite difficult to kind of not apply the way that you would work with maybe your inks and stuff to it. So it was a great challenge. So that was that. I also wanted to tell you that I have got some of my booklets. These are chainmail booklets that I have done. They're 8 A4 pages all the way up to the back. This one is a 54-step pattern on how to make that necklace there. I'm going to be putting these onto my website, and they will be going up for £4.99 with free postage to the UK. But they are completely double-sided materials. They're so pristine, I'm scared to touch it. Full detailed. And I can also provide, as an additional, some jump ring kits to go with it. I won't be able to do all of the beads because there's a lot of beads, but I can certainly provide the jump rings. So if anyone would be interested in one of these booklets, I am going to be putting them onto my website. And then I'm going to switch the camera over, or I'm going to do that switchy thing that I can try and do. Let's make sure you don't go anywhere. If you can hear snoring, of course it's Savannah. She is sound asleep in the corner. And I'm just going to add a different camera now. Let's see how this works. please work for me. Hopefully you're seeing that okay. I hope. Let's get that over here so I can see the chat just there. Just lay this here. Hopefully you're seeing everything nicely. Yeah, so you can see, cool. I've also got chat there, so I can kind of see. I was hoping to embed that into there. Oh, okay. Oh no, I just did something I shouldn't have done. That's cool. So this week we've been doing in the Crafty Inkers Club. We've been doing. I'm just going to put my camera, my little me over here, because then it's the same as you see there. So you can see here, this is what we've been doing in the Crafty Inkers Club for the month of May. So we've been learning how to make some flowers. I need to change the video setting. It is in mirrored, but that's okay. Oh no, it's okay. So we've been doing, this has been done with marker pens. This one was done with alcohol inks and is one of my favorites, definitely one of my favorites. And again, this one we did on Friday in the morning catch-up session. And I'm sure Emma won't mind me showing you, but you know I had my friend Emma with me last week. Well, this is Emma's from the catch-up morning on Friday. She was sat with me, and I'd like to say Emma has never ever, she hadn't even watched the workshop, so she'd never attempted this, and this was Emma's first attempt. And I think this looks really lovely. You've got like the you've got that detail there, and she was just using different tools, so I really love that. That's Emma's. I don't want to mix it up. This one was mine, and then we go on, we've got these, so you keep going. So this was one that I experimented with because I had done, let me just get out this one. So in the catch-up session on Friday, I took one that was a big mess and kind of created it into something that wasn't quite a big mess anymore. No problem. Hopefully be able to watch it all again later. No problem. I don't know who you are because I can just see Facebook user, but thank you. Nice to see you. And yeah, catch up later. I am going to be doing the a little crystal in a moment. I'm just doing a catch up of them as it stands. So yeah, you've got this one here, which is one, as I said, that I kind of I did this one on Friday, and it's just like a variation of this one. And this is what I do. If it doesn't go to plan, we make it work. I'm stubborn. But this week, in the catch-up session, which we did last night, oh, so many flowers. So I tried, on Monday, I decided that I wanted to do a white flower on a black background. And this isn't great. And I know it's not great. This one didn't work very well because it was my first one. And I'm that person that goes, I'm going to do this, chucks my stuff at it, and then just hopes it works. It doesn't always work. But what I was able to do was work on this after. So this is actually an improvement from what it looked like initially last night when I picked it up. And those who saw it last night will know exactly what I mean. But I did love how it was turning out. Just seeing if I remember taking a photo of it. See, no, maybe I haven't got it on my phone. 22nd, maybe I didn't take a photo of it. But it was a lot harsher than that. So I have worked on it since. And whilst it's not amazing, I actually like it a lot more now. However, I then went on to do this one, which I think has to be, I think this one's my favorite. You look, I've used white alcohol inks and there's some colors in there, and you really did get that glossy kind of 3D look. Really love how that one turned out. And then I did this one, which is like we're using my rainbow shimmer alcohol inks. Well, it's not rainbow shimmer, it's my Marabou alcohol ink, and it's diamond sparkle. So I used that, and then I kind of put white on it, and I thought, oh no, I've ruined it. And then I just kept working with it because, again, I am that person that does that. I have to keep going with it. And And yeah, that was the end result, and I actually really love how it turned out. So that is what we covered in the month of May for the Crafty Incas Club. And the month before was when we did the doodles, which is what Nancy was working on. So you can see I'm off to try to create something resembling those flowers. We'll catch up later. Oh, no worries, Jill. Let me know how you get on and share your makes. Okay, I definitely want to see how it works out. So as much as I'd love to grab my inks and have a little play about with my alcohol inks, I'm not going to today. I'm going to stick to show you my got a little crystal there. I'm going to wrap that up. I wanted to show you my results from yesterday, last week. So remember, if you watched last week, do you remember we started getting distracted and getting the milliput out? Well, here is my finished mushroom. Now, if you're up for a bit of a giggle, go back and watch last week's. It went a bit tong. I ended up making, whilst I was trying to make the process of this mushroom, it started to look very questionable. We'll go with questionable, because when you're compiling this, you have to kind of make the stalk and then you have to make the top. And initially I was making like one with one attached. It looked questionable. I had to take it out and shot on the camera because it just didn't look good. And my friend Emma was just literally just wetting herself. She was just thought it was brilliant, which is like, yeah, thanks for that. Who needs, we're friends like you, Emma. You know. So yeah, she was kind of not helping me out there. All right, I'm just going to have a quick look, check that this is streaming okay. So yeah, this was the outcome of it though. I decided not to go with the other section. I just felt like that wasn't for me. I've just seen Tracy. Morning, Tracy. I'm just going to see. Whoopsie. How that's kind of coming out in its quality. I think it should be coming out quite good. I don't like the fact that it's got zoom in the corner. But yeah, it's definitely coming out in a clearer quality, isn't it? So yeah, you've got this here. And so this was my outcome. And I was also, I don't know if I was making the wand whilst I think we were just doing this. So this was my mushroom. Oh, and I did make a little, it was going to be a little cube, wasn't it? I don't know if you remembered. I ended up making a little mushroom man. He's just a little mushroom character. And I just thought he was so cute. And he's just my little guy. I just think he's like my little fun guy. I know, it doesn't take a lot, okay? Afterwards, my friend Emma and I decided we were going to make wands. So I made this wand here. And you can see, and what I've actually done with this is I don't know if you can see, but I actually basically embedded it with raw amber. You can see it here. All these little orange bits are raw amber, and it's been embedded into it. So that's kind of been, I love how it kind of came out. I think it came out really well. We'll watch that later. I was driving to Basingstoke last week. Some of my fave actors at con. That's got to be Mandy. I know that's got to be Mandy, even though I can't see the name. It's got to be Mandy. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was fun. It was a giggle. Yeah, so that's what we came up with. We came up with the wand, and then I've got my last wand, which was one that I made previously, and I just kind of jazzed it up a little bit. It faded a tiny bit because I haven't actually sealed these, but it faded a little bit, so I decided to kind of give it a jazz up and enhance it with some darker inks, really bring out this sort of vine effect and a bit of gold or brass. So hi Susie. Yes, I knew it was you, Mandy. I was like, I know who that is. Did you have an amazing time though, Mandy? I bet you did. Yeah. Oh, thank you. The toadstool mushrooms are too. Move me over here. R2, but my goodness, what I want. Oh, thanks, Susie. So I am actually going to start looking at sort of getting some of these onto my website and getting some homes for them, because as much as I love them, you know, I need to start getting some of these out. I could sit and make these all day. And so I'm thinking that I can make them personal and sort of bespoke for people as well. But I love embedding these amber into it. And what I love is because it's amber chips that don't have drill holes, they just literally like little chips of raw amber. So yeah, that's that. And as I said, you've got the mushroom as well, which I absolutely love making those as well. Mixture of alcohol inks and sort of marker pens and pretty much anything I could do to add color to that. Yeah, so that's all I've kind of been up to, quite busy really. Plus I've been on Drawing Maker, plus I've been doing some stuff for the Bead Club. It's just been a busy bumble, and Crafty Inkers. So yeah, so what we're going to do now, as I said to you, is I'm just going to take some time and I am going to put the crystal quartz into a little bit of wire, I think, just give it a little bit of a cage, a little bit of wrapping. So I happen to have some nice raw bare copper wire here, and I have a little point. This actually is on my desk. Let's take this away because that's not the prettiest to look at. Let's just have a little look here. I'm going to pop this over here, I think. Pop that there. Yeah, I did. It was a dream come true. And because it was the Friday, it wasn't stupidly busy, so I got a little longer with the actors. Oh, that sounds amazing, Mandy. I'm really jealous. That the mushrooms are adorable, especially that little fun guy, and the amber wand is beautiful. Oh, thank you. I definitely think like I said, I want to make some more, and I want to pop them into my website, I think, because I just love making them and I want to make more, but I just don't have the space capacity to keep having them all around. So I'm just going to, I think I'm going to minimize that. And I've got that cool. I can see what everyone's doing. So what I'm going to do is I've got my little crystal quartz here, and let's just have a little go at capturing it. Now I'm going to use a 0.5 gauge wire because it's quite a small crystal quartz. What I don't want to do is I don't want to overwhelm it with the wire because it's quite small. So the wire could actually end up sort of becoming heavier than the actual sort of being too thick for the actual crystal. Sorry, my brain, as I said, was a little bit broken. I'm just trying to get to my tools. There they are. I've got so much on this desk. I so desperately need to clear it. But you know, it is what it is. So I'm just gonna come back into this. I'm just interested into how it's gonna look. I wish. So yeah, it's coming up okay. You can see it. Okay, cool. I'm getting inundated with messages because my son had he had an accident on Tuesday and possibly broken his shoulder, which is not the greatest of things. So he's got to have a call with a specialist next week to find out. Sorry, with a specialist tomorrow, find out whether he has or hasn't broken it, because the actual hospital walk-in centre couldn't work out if they thought it was broken or not. So they cannot confirm if it is or isn't broken. So he's currently walking around with a sling. He's in a bit of pain. So it's not ideal, but you know, it is what it is. Right, so I've got my point here and I've got my wire. And I'm just making sure it's coming across okay. Are you finding it a little bit clearer with me going through this app? Can you just let me know if you think it's better this way, or whether it was okay the way we were doing it, or if you can't tell any difference? Yeah, poor Jackson, I know, it's not great. Right, what I'm going to do is I've cut 2 lengths of wire, and a 0.5, probably about a ruler's length. I'm going to just put my finger in here, and I'm just going to do a little twist. And I'm going to come over to here, and I'm going to just do another little twist, but I'm going to leave a little gap. just a little gap. So what I want to do is kind of capture the point here. Oopsie. I don't want that to happen, so it needs to be enough that I can see exactly what's happening. In the wrong direction. A couple of twists. I'm just keeping that like so. And you can come in with your pliers and kind of open it out a bit if you want to. I'm going to kind of catch that point just there. Now, all of these are going to be a little bit different. And because of the nature of the points, you know, it's going to need a little bit of individual tweaking. I'm just kind of put that there and pull that tight so I know if it's going to go down around it or not. Yeah, that'll hold it. It'll stop it escaping. I probably could do it a little bit bigger, but I need to be able to know it's going to go anywhere. Okay, so I'm then going to come over to get this out. Here and here, pop it back in. And what I want to do, I wouldn't do this any lower than ideally 0.5 or 0.6 would be good. So I'm separating out my wires here and here so that I can bring a pair from one side and a pair from the other over. If I take it out like that, you'll see what I mean. Paint all up my hand. You can see that there. And a little twist. And same on the opposite side. We'll start tweaking in a moment. We just want to give it a bit of support. Over, and twist. A couple of times. So you see how it's starting to have that support now. It doesn't need me to hold it as much. It seems a bit slower motion though, but that's, you think it's clearer. Looks lovely and clear. You think it's clearer, Debbie? That's good. And it looks like you're watching through YouTube, Debbie. So that's interesting. So, because I mean, yeah, I just need to be a bit more generally clearer. It seems a bit slow motion though, but that's quite handy. Oh, that's cool. Okay, cool. That's good. So we look like we're on the right track then. So I'm just going through. I'm just going to kind of mold. I need this wire to kind of just sit. This is quite a funny shaped. It's quite a funny shaped crystal. Can you see? Because the point is quite rounded. It's not really like a real exaggerated point, if that makes sense. So I've got that there. Now I could leave it at that, but I think I'm going to bring it back around. Make sure it's a nice, tidy wrap. I think I'm going to bring it to here. And same on this side. Maybe I give this to my son. Bless him. Help him with his pain. And I'll bring this over to here. Line it up because I've already got a line going along here. And give it a bit of a twist. Same on this side. We'll try and get it as close as we can, as straight as we can. Over to here. You see that coming up to there. Where do you get your points, please? These ones, Mandy, I got from Amazon, believe it or not, because I wanted, and the reason is because I wanted, these aren't, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're not the best quality, but I wanted something I could put in, I'll try and do a little list, like a little Amazon list page of what I've used when I use things, you know, because I'm always buying stuff off of there for alcohol inks, for crystal points. I also want to try and get some more gemstones that are non-drilled, like chips, so I can put them into some wands So yeah, I might do a little, so see if I can find a way of doing a little page, a little list of what I use. They're about £15, but you do get a lot for that. And yeah, they're not the best. I don't want to say they're not the best quality, because it's not that they're not the best quality. Obviously not crystal clear, but they are perfect for what I wanted. And like I said, for putting them into your wands, that's what I've put in at the end of this wand here. And then also what I've put into the mushroom. So, and they've got a really lovely, almost like glass-like smoothness to them. So I'm just bringing all of my wires together here, getting them all bunched together in the middle. And now I've got all my wires ready. So I'm just having a little think about what I could do here. Might go rogue. She might go rogue. I'm just thinking if I actually had like a little coil. I've got a fly that is terrorizing me. Hate flies. I'll put a little, I'll try and do a little list, Mandy. I don't really quite know how to kind of do that, but I'll do a little list for you. Oh, whoops, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, because I don't quite know. Yeah, I'm going to try a few different things. It's not the best coffee, you know, when you make a shady coffee, that is not the best cup of coffee. I wanted to put a coil over this. So what I'm thinking is I can, of course, bring all these together. What I'm thinking is if I take one of these and bring it around. Oh, actually, I might just, to be fair, I could almost just wrap those wires with this, couldn't I? See how this works out. So I'm just literally, I don't want to do loads, I just wanted to. So I'm just holding that wire. So I just took one of these and I've just brought it around the bottom. And I'm just wrapping the remaining 3 wires with this 0.5. So I'm hoping that I can turn that into a nice, cute little bail. That'll just look a bit nicer because it'll be like a coiled bail rather than sort of wires, you know. And I was thinking about making a coil to pop over these wires, but actually looking at it, you know, I'm thinking, why not use what we've got here? Now, we've lost a nail on it. Trying new polygel nails out. They're working all right. I just don't think my nails like fake nails very much. So yeah, the weekend, we were going to be kid-free this weekend because my guys are doing a St. John camp. And then my son goes and possibly breaks his shoulder. So, which to be honest, wasn't his fault. It was happened at school. Another kid tackled him or did something to him. So it actually wasn't his fault. But so we'll have Jackson, but Kayla's still going to go on the camp because the camp is, of course, it's an activity camp. Bless him, he was so looking forward to it as well. So yeah, we are looking at doing something nice for the day, but we just don't know what we're going to do yet. Picking my bell, making pliers. Would a pinned post on your Facebook page for your list of supplies? Yeah, definitely. I can look into that. I'm just thinking, I'm always saying, yeah, get it on Amazon. And, you know, yeah, I can definitely have a little look because, you know, it would be helpful for everybody, wouldn't it, if I had a little supply place. Right, I'm just rolling this around on my pliers. It's not as big a loop as I was kind of hoping, but that's just because I ran out of wire. Right, the only thing that's bothered me with that is that one there. I don't know if you saw, but it bubbled up. Not a moment, focus. this one didn't sit how it was meant to do. But now it will. There we go. So now they can all sit nicely underneath there. But my concern is that that can slip and pull out of the way. So for some reason, I've got one there and one there. Oh. So what I'm thinking is I could take that one wire there and just feed it and lock it down into here. And then just blend that into that twist that we made previously. And making sure it looks like it's part of it. And then that's going to lock that bail. So the bail can't go anywhere then. And then come in with your flush cutters and just give it a nice little snip and make sure that you do, of course, tuck that edge nice and into that twist there so it's nice and sharp. And then again, I think if I felt I needed to secure any, I mean, that is not going anywhere, but if I felt that it needed it, I could, of course, bring another wire down, but I don't actually feel it does. So what I'm going to do, I think, is bring that around to there. I'm going to just snip that so that it goes just ever so slightly past that sort of little raised section just there. And then what I can do is just sort of make sure that that is, because I am only using a 0.5, there's obviously a bit of a risk of it picking up. We don't want that. So there you go, tuck that just into there. Have a little look, so looking at it like that, you could just do a little bit more. Yep. Pliers, having the right pliers for this is absolutely essential, because you'll see here that these are really quite fine, so I can really get into what I need to get into. And there you have it. And then you can tweak it if you need to. Tweak anything, get it sitting how you want it to sit. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Definitely like that. I'm happy with the sort of coiled bail. I think that looks nice. Thank you, Susie. I just think it's really cute. I mean, this is something that you can put onto a key ring, a bag charm. You could have it as a necklace if you wanted to. You could have it long line, you could layer it. What you can do is, what I would just say is, I would just make sure that this bit here is really sitting nice and snug how you want it to sit, and that, you know, it's not going to catch. So you can keep it really quite nice and simple, looking like this. And then you have a really pretty, and this is a small, you can see compared to my thumb, it's a very small, it's quite a, you know, relatively small shard, but I think that's really quite nice, simple and pretty. As I said, I think I might pop this to my son. You like a more simple bail? Yeah, so do you like this bail? It's nice, it's simple. I think a lot of the time when you're kind of doing jewellery, when you're looking at jewellery design, I 100% believe in balance. So, you know, I feel it has to balance the piece. So if you were to kind of do something complex as a bail to something like this, you're going to throw the balance off. Whereas if you've got something like this, it's very simplistic in its nature and organic. It's meant to look, you know, it's not meant to look high-end and finesse. It's meant to be like it's a piece of rough natural quartz. So for me, wrapping it in that bare copper wire, that's going to enhance that energy from the quartz, but also you're going to get that, you know, for me, that's how it should be set. And you're not interfering with anything. Now I know crystal healing and you know, crystals and that is a personal belief. I wear crystals, I use crystals. I think that they do have a property. It is each to their own, and I understand and respect that. But if you are going to be using it in that kind of respect, you need that point to be clear and not kind of crowded. So you're keeping that clear as well, which I think is great. And then you've got that just there. So you can see that looks really pretty. You can use it for so many things. Absolutely. It really is pretty, isn't it? And you saw how quick and simple that was to do. Let's have a quick look at what else we've got in my drawers. Hi, Savannah. I've got some multicolored ones. I'm just looking where I would have put them. Nope. In here? Oh no, we've lost another nail now. Oh no, but oh, I need to do something with these next week. I think I am a sucker for Praiselite. One of my favorite gemstones. And wow, I 100% love that. And I forgot I had it. Do you ever do that where you go through your drawers and then you look and you go, oh, I forgot I had that. Just holding this. It's so cold and beautiful. So I'm definitely going to be doing something with this. Maybe I'll do that next week. Maybe I'll do a bit of art. I don't know. I'll have a little think. But yeah, so there you go. There's your kind of your pretty little wrapped crystal. Have a go. If you do have a go at doing it, let me know how you get on. Share your makes. Don't forget, you've got share your makes in Laura. Let's Learn with Laura Binding. Crafty Elevenes is with Laura Binding. Lots of things with Laura Binding. Don't forget to check out my Crafty Inkers Club as well. If inking is, or just being creative and artistic is your kind of thing. What was I going to say? I've got resin workshop next Wednesday. So if you do love a bit of resin, then check that out. And I'm also on Friday the 16th of June going to be doing a dragon eye workshop so that you can actually create your own dragon eye pendant. I'm going to be getting that up onto a website this afternoon actually, and I'm going to be offering kits as an option. So if you don't have any dragon eyes, do not fear, because I do, and I can do some kits to go onto the screen for you. Onto the screen, you can tell I'm getting myself distracted with stuff. So yeah, I'm going to do some dragon eye kits for options if people want to have a go at doing that. I'm going to say thank you very much. I've actually got it smack on 12 o'clock today, which I'm impressed with. I will master this technology thing soon, but hopefully you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed having your company. Like I said, I had a kind of weekend, kid-free weekend. So what we're going to be doing this weekend is we're going to be possibly taking Jackson out somewhere for the day, just maybe go into town and just have a nice day. Thanks, Laura. I so need to get my craft room up and running time for a while, declutter. Honestly, I can't even show you my desk, but my intention this afternoon is to find some order on my desk and to get these that Dragon Eye workshop onto the website. So that's my little tick goals for tonight. Thank you again, everyone, for joining me. If you're watching on a replay, don't forget to hashtag replay it. Any questions or anything, still comment, because I do see it. I can see it. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, everyone. And I will see you all very, very soon. I've got to work out how to end this meeting now without it all going wrong. Let's just leave that one. Thank you, everybody, and I will see you all next week.